Susan, are you able to hear us okay? Barb, are you able to hear us okay?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I had to unmute it. It was not being cooperative. So I was just actually checking to see if the Zoom worked, and I didn't expect anybody to be on yet because it's kind of early.
Well, after last week, I decided that I would come at 6:30 and launch the Facebook Live and make sure that everything was hooked up
Yeah.
well in advance. So here we are. But it's fine. You can turn off your video and come back in a few minutes. That's perfectly okay.
Okay. I probably just mute myself and then go back to what I was doing.
Also fine.
Okay.
Hi, Rabbi.
Hi, I was second, wasn't I? Because I was waiting to let you get on first before I got on.
Yeah, we're good. We should be on Facebook. I've looked on my phone and it looks like we're there. So
Okay,
I came super early tonight to make sure that all the technology had time to iron itself out if we didn't have success at first. So of
So
course it worked.
I need a refresher then for tomorrow night still. So I figured I'd have you do it right tonight and then I would try it for tomorrow.
The instructions that we emailed back and forth do work.
Okay,
There's 2 URLs from Facebook that look similar but are different, and I
Okay.
had the wrong one last week.
okay. So we can unmute people if they want.
Here, I'll unmute everyone who's on.
Okay,
There we go.
yeah, before services start, you can talk to each other while we're waiting, so. And you know about the 2 different ways to do the viewing, right? So that you can have the gallery view or the speaker view. So you can have the person talking in the center bigger, or you can have the boxes with everybody the same size.
Okay, can do that if you want.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Suzanne.
Hello.
Hi.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
This is gonna make it better or worse.
Rabbi, how come you're not getting snowed on?
Because this is a picture in the week before.
Where I am, it's just wet.
Well, that's
This
just
looks good, right?
a picture, right?
Yeah, it's a picture from the garden at the temple that
Okay. I figure in about 50 years, I will have made it into the original 21st century technology.
Well, it's sure snowing here.
Here too.
But it's not sticking yet.
Where I am, it's more, it looks more like rain than snow.
So
No,
this was later in the week. So this picture was Forsythia with snow on it.
But you don't have the, oh, there you are.
Alan, are you ALAN?
No.
ALLAN. Double L.
Oh, the other
See,
Alan.
he spells it right.
Oh, other Alan. He can spell it that way.
You'll share your spelling.
Alan Krongold. How do you spell it? Same way.
Sounds ALLAN.
Well, rather than B Vanna, I thought I would actually rename you to
Oh,
Barbara.
okay. Well, thank you.
We won't need
Thank you.
that.
We appreciate that. But we're going through Barb's account. That's why it comes up.
Oh,
But
no, I get it.
you can call us whatever you want as long as it's
For my own sanity later, I'm also trying to distinguish between the 3 Barbs on this call so that I keep unmuting the rabbi.
okay.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Barb. Barb.
Hello.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Hey, you can call me Nancy. That's what my name was in. Hey, so my counselor named me Nancy Nature. So half the kids in the camp thought my name was Nancy. I never could convince them my name was Barbara.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever heard that, Barb.
Hi,
That's
Elsie.
what's on the marriage
Shabbat
certificate.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Elsie.
shalom,
Shabbat shalom.
Elsie.
Hi, Elsie.
I wish I could put a nice background behind me, but with
Yeah.
all junk behind me. It just,
Yeah, I think it has to be more solid to be able to do it, for it to work better.
We're not judgmental.
Mine won't let me do it without my going through all kinds of conniptions. It's not worth it.
Mhm.
Holly, if you're not able to connect your audio, you may want to leave and come back. It looks like you've been trying to connect for a while. I can't tell on my side if there's something wrong, but the fact that this many other people are here makes me think it's not the call itself.
The other possibility is to do the audio with us and then call in for the video with us and call in for the audio is the other option. Some people have done that with us 2 ways.
Tonight I moved out to the kitchen from the other room.
Well, this is great. Over the next few weeks, we'll get a tour of your whole house.
Right, you know. If you get instead of the white wall, and now you can see my refrigerator.
Hey, if it ever gets to be summer, I'll be doing it on the front porch.
Yep.
Sounds
God
like a
willing,
perfect plan.
It'll be
That's
done
like
by
the
then.
perfect plan until Avery sees a deer and decides to go running after it, and I'm screaming for her to come back in the middle of services.
Well, Ben was doing his Zoom class the other day, and my gardener showed up and he was mowing, and Fizz started barking, so I had to get Fizz into my room and get him quiet so that
Alice.
it wouldn't disturb. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, Alice. Welcome.
Thank
I
you.
was joining
Hi,
her.
Alice.
Yay, it's me.
Hi, Alice.
And here comes Dennis.
Shabbat shalom, Dennis.
Shabbat shalom. How are you?
Good.
How come it only says Sandy tonight, Sandy, and that's Sandy and Dennis?
It's because I had just put the name Sandy. It's her computer, so it's got her. Pull this down here. You can see a little more of me. There I am. Not just the top of my head.
Oh.
It's just the top of my head. I could blind you. Sandy will be here shortly.
Okay.
How you guys all doing?
I just switched over from Temple Shalom in Newton. Rabbi invited a physician, a member of Temple Shalom, who is working in the forefronts at UMass Medical, and was explaining what was going on there. But it was interesting, but I wanted to be with you guys.
Well, we're so glad.
Good to have you.
Glad you're here.
Talked to Lucy today, Alice.
Oh, you did?
She called me.
We talked about you the other day.
Just be careful, you don't push down on this.
So we can keep the animal count.
Yes.
Fizz just woke up. He's gone back to sleep.
Mhm.
I thought I'd be running late. I made up my mind I was baking challah today and lost track of time, so it barely finished in time for me to have my dinner. But I did make challah.
Maya's just making noises over at the side, but she's not high enough up to be seen.
Oh,
She
I don't
saw the
want
cat.
her jumping.
You saw the cat.
If she did, we would have heard much more from her.
Well, Avery, we took Avery on a very long walk, so she's sound asleep, which is exactly where I want her to be.
Yeah.
You have another dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll say hi, then he'll
That
say
one's
hi.
Emma.
Say hi.
And
Nothing
that's
interesting
Charlie.
here. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Hello, dog.
You can do that. I'll show you Fizz, but he's sleeping.
How'd
He's
you go?
curled up on the couch.
That's where you go out.
You were already out? Yeah, she.
now what are you doing?
She thought that sounded
Hey,
like
guys.
a thing.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Hey,
shalom.
Babs.
Babs and
Babs.
Chuck.
Chuck,
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I can't get him. He's too far away and I'm plugged in.
Okay, don't worry.
Hi, Glenn. How are you?
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy.
Shabbat shalom.
Hi, Suzanne.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
To everybody.
How have you been doing, Alan?
I got a technical question.
Yes.
When you says to stand up and the microphone is, at a sitting position, what do you do?
I tilt my screen back.
Just tilt the screen back.
You can tilt the screen and then you'll be
She's
able
not-
to.
Hallie.
Hi, Holly. Shabbat shalom.
Hallie,
What are you? What kind of computer?
I'm gonna be right here.
Babs?
She's on a desktop. She's not on
Okay,
a
so if you're
laptop.
on a desktop, that means if you want to be able to see the text the whole time, you might not want to stand. Otherwise, you'll be standing up and looking down at the screen. But we'll still hear you and you'll still be a part of things. That's why it's an awkward thing when we're doing these services. If people want to stand for the part you're used to standing for or not. I mean, on a laptop, I can move my screen up or down, but if you're on a desktop, you really don't have that flexibility.
Okay, thank you.
The other thing to remind everybody is that you have 2 ways to view everything until we put the service up. So one of them is speaker view, and that means probably because I'm talking, I may be larger in the center right now at the bottom, and everybody else is a little around. But the other view is gallery view, and that's where everybody's in a box and you can see more people at the same time.
Hi, Brendan. Shabbat shalom.
Hello there. Hi, Brendan.
How is everybody?
Good, thank you.
Oh my God.
Carol, Shabbat shalom.
Great to see you,
Brendan.
Hello, Carol.
Oh,
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Carol.
hi.
Holly and Brendan.
Hi,
could you
Olin.
message
Shabbat
asking
shalom.
If you would like candles tonight?
Our candles, we already lit them. They're downstairs.
Okay. Do I have somebody else who's willing to light candles tonight?
I lit mine already.
They're in the other room.
Okay, so all people have in the other room. Well, I have mine here. I can put mine.
Rabbi, if you want, we can get ours set back up.
I have mine right over here, so
I can put mine out and relight them.
you know, so I may have some of you do that some weeks so that we
Okay.
have,
Okay.
yeah, but that's
We
okay.
can hold off. We usually light ours right before dinner.
Yeah, well, that's what I usually do too, but I ate much earlier. I didn't eat dinner yet. I ate earlier, so I'll do it afterwards. So for the sake of seeing the candles, then I'm going to get rid of my background because you can't see things as well when you have the background up.
I'm gonna call Elliot and Vicky. They wanted to come in. Maybe they're thinking it's 8 o'clock, so I'll be right back. I want to call.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
We're going to start the
Hi,
singing.
Howard. Shabbat shalom.
Hi, Howard.
I love the background.
Shalom, Olin. So we're
Olin,
gonna
Shabbat
start-
shalom. Carol, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom. We're going to start singing Oziv Zimrat Yah, and
there.
the words are Oziv Zimrat Yah by Yehili Lishua. And we'll sing that a few times as we're warming up, and then we'll be ready to really begin the service. Oziv Zimrat Yah by Yehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yah by Yehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat Yah by Yehili Lishua. Oziv Zimrat
The new station alert has arrived.
by
Forgot to shut that off.
Yeshua.
Oziv Zimrat Yah by
Yeshua.
Oziv
Zimrat Yah by Yeshua.
Oziv
Zimrat Yah
by
Yeshua.
Oziv Zimrat Yah by Yeshua. So we're going to have everyone muted for parts of the service, and sometimes we'll unmute. Well, our voices aren't always together, but I think it's nice to hear other voices and for us to be able to have that sense that we are all here together. I mean, you can see other people are moving their lips, but sometimes it's nice to hear the voices as well. And somebody else is going to have to keep count of the cats and dogs tonight, because we are now, I think, even in our count of 2 and 2, but I'm not going to keep track more.
Yep, there goes one.
So we're going to, Rachel, if you can put the screen up for the service. And we'll share the screen. And we already began with Shabbat Shalom and Oziv Zimrat Yah, so we're going to continue with the next slide with Hine Matov. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. La 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 la. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. La 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 la. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevatachim Gam Yachad. We continue on the next slide. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. Together, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength,
my inner purpose, my inner joy,
my capacity to love. So I wanted to do a different song tonight. I'm not sure if I've done this one with you before or not, but Or Zaru Alat Sadiq Al Yishrei Lev Simcha are the words, light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. Or Zaru Alat Sadiq Al Yishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zaru Alat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Let's just try that. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Yishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Yishrei Lev Simcha. We're going to try that. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Yishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua Lat Sadiq Yishrei Lev Simcha. Yishrei Lev Simcha. Ya la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la. We'll continue now for lighting of Shabbat candles. As these Shabbat lights give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We read the English of the blessing together. We're going to go back for the candlelight and blessing first. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. We continue now sanctifying the fruit of the vine, and you can join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Next slide. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrahe kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta, v'yotanu kidashta, v'kol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'yahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Shabbat. We're going to sing the Lecha Dodi, which is really just these two lines, and then it's Shabbat, Shalom, Umivorach. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pinei, Shabbat, nikabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pinei, Shabbat, nikabla. The other words are Shabbat Shalom Umivorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umivorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umivorach. Back to Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pinei, Shabbat nikabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pinei, Shabbat nikabla. We rise if you are comfortable for the Chatzi Kaddish. Either rise or you can be seated either way. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, ubisman kariv, bimeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivorach, leolam leomaya, yitbarach, vishtabach, vitpa'ar, vitramam, vitnaseh, vitadar, vitale, vitalal, shemei dekudesha, Barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma, bimeru, amen. We continue with the call to worship with the Baruchu, first in the Hebrew and then the English. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Together, praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. In the English, we read together, Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. We sing together about God's everlasting love. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Ukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadita Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachenu uvkumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki chayenu v'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Israel. We continue with the Shema. We sing together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. We chant the V'ahavta together. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu l'totefot b'neinecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lihiyot lachem le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet. We continue responsively in the English, and we can unmute so we can hear one another's voices. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens
declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage
Bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your purpose.
inspired by prophets
And instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day nations will be one and at peace. And then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Mi chamocha ba'eli Adonai. Mi kamar ba'kodesh Norah tehilot osei fele. Norah tehilot osei fele. Malchutecha uvanecha bokei hayam b'fnei Moshe u'Miriam ze'eli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. We read together in English. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. So tonight we have two songs for Shabbat, Yismachu and V'shamru. So I thought tonight we would sing Yismachu. We're going to read the English together so we know what the words are about first of our celebration of Shabbat and our melody of Yismachu. And after we read it in the English, then we'll sing it. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Mikadeshei, mikadeshei shvi Shabbat. Kulam yisbe'u, v'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, chemdat yamim, oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher Lema'aseh v'rishit Shabbat. Zecher Lema'aseh v'rishit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. We continue with tefillah. Again, you can pray the tefillah standing, or if you are more comfortable seated, you may stay seated. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zacher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula libnei b'neihem, le'ma'an shemo b'yahava. Melech ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atarav lehoshia, Mechalkel chayim v'chesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim. One more click. Emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melech, melech mimit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emana talachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, kadoshim b'chol yom ya'alu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We can unmute and we can read together. May these hours
of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. May this day fulfill its promise. Praise you, Adonai. Sanctify Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Kadesh HaShabbat.
Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call. Turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. We go to the next page. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. So we continue with the Hoda'ah prayer. I want to pause and give a chance for people to share. You can either share or you can type in the chat room, or you can type in your comments in Facebook Live, things of which you feel gratitude, appreciation, blessings that you've experienced today, this past week.
Well, I'm grateful that we have the Zoom service tonight, so I don't have to go out in the snow, and it's a beautiful night out there. But I'm glad I can stay in.
I agree.
I'm thankful that I'm just healthy and safe, and I can stay connected with friends through Zoom and Skype, and I just hope everybody else is staying healthy.
We're trying.
I had a special experience this morning. David got me hooked up with a program called Caribou, which allows you to read stories with your grandchildren. What's neat about it is you both have the same picture. So Talia was turning the pages, and it looks like she's actually turning the page when she touches the screen. And it was just, we went through a whole bunch of books, and, you know, it was just really, and then Averly got on, I don't know what Noah was doing, but it was really neat seeing them and being able to read a story where she was participating. So it was really special. Yeah.
My family lives down in Westchester, right next door to New Rochelle. And I'm just very, very thankful that I spoke to them this afternoon, and they are all healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Good.
I have a friend at work who's struggling with her 4th bout with cancer, and she goes to the city once a week for treatments. And I got to see her on an optional Zoom call today, and she looked healthy and happy. So I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
I called the nursing home where my mother is, since we haven't been able to have any contact with her all this time. And I spoke to her nurse, and she was actually right there. And he said she's fine. And so it was good to know, because you don't know, you just can't be sure. And she's not really able to communicate with us. So, so that was good to know. Took a load off. Okay. So I want to have us offer the blessing for the Hoda'ah blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai, Tov Shimcha L'Hadot. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy.
You're worthy of thanksgiving.
And none of us mentioned all the flowers out there. I know we weren't going to mention the snow.
Let's forget about the snow.
Okay, well.
We'll do that tomorrow.
Oh, my daffodils are in the snow.
Yeah, but this didn't.
And it's killing my azaleas started, so they're gone.
But it did not affect anybody coming here tonight, which it might have.
That is true.
Yeah, so I figured, depending what was going on outside, I had different pictures I could put up as my backdrop. So it makes me look very odd in size, I guess. But the flower did not get broken over by the snow. It looked like a hat or a hood or something on it the other day. And but the fact that we do have the flowers, even with the snow, does take us hopefully to a different place.
Oh.
So we sing together Shalom Rav. Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol hashalom, shalom rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasim le'olam. Shalom rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. B'chol עת ובכל שעה ישלמך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים So Jeff Klepper and Danny Friedlander, who wrote that melody of Shalom Rav, if you want to hear them talking about all of their years of making music together, Rabbi Richard Address has a podcast called Sacred Aging, and they did a podcast, I believe, last week, an interview talking about their making music together all these years. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech amo Yisrael b'shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. So Positive Jewish Living is a site that some of you have also been following along with me. And I thought before the silent prayer, I wanted to give you something more to think about. These words are from Rabbi Lisa Silverstein, who's one of the creators of the site. Many of us live in fear of seeking our divine purpose and possibly failing. Perhaps we fear being ridiculed or made to feel irrelevant. Slowly and unconsciously, we create our own narrow spaces, hiding within them, hoping no one notices that we've retreated into mediocrity and the security that it offers. What will it take to bring us out of our Mitzrayim, our narrow places, and to reclaim our worthiness? Will the narrow spaces squeeze so tightly that we are forced into the wilderness? Will it be a loved one who pulls us into the open spaces against our will? Or, on our own will we find the courage to step into the sea of reeds, navigating the ominous waters into the unknown? When I sense overwhelming insecurity, I breathe deeply, and I connect with my inner strength, which I believe to be God. God is always pulling me back to myself, to my truth, where all is possible and the narrow places do not exist. This year, I celebrate the choice I've made to live in the wilderness of open spaces where my creative soul can roam free. So the words of Rabbi Karen Kadar, along with this meditation, are: learn the divine purpose of your life and live there. We continue with our silent prayer. יהיו לרצון אמרי והגיון ליבי לפניך, Adonai tzuri v'go ami. Ose shalom b'mromav. Ase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yahase shalom, Yahase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru, amen. We prepare to count the Omer. And also on the Positive Jewish Living site this year, they are doing a whole project with the counting of the Omer. And so they didn't give a particular author for who wrote the initial piece, but the books that we've been using for the last number of years that Rabbi Karen Kadar wrote is a part of the Omer project. So Sigmund Freud once said, "Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. When we express our love through compassionate action, through thoughtful speech, and by acting as if the ones who stands before us is created in the image of God, we are bringing healing and hope into the world." Wishing you a Shabbat drenched with the blessing of Shalom from your Positive Jewish Living team. And remember, whatever the question, the answer is love. With that thought, we continue with the blessing for the counting of the Omer for tonight. And I've just written in each time what the day is at the bottom, so I don't have to have you fill in any blanks. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer, and we read the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Praised be you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, instilling in us the holiness of mitzvot by commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the 9th day of the Omer. I'm going to have you wait a moment because I printed out the happenings with the prayer list and all of that, and it's sitting on my printer. So I will be right back for this. So think about the names you want to add to our prayer list.
A lot of snow.
She got quite a few people to turn out for this, huh?
You can unmute everyone. So after I read the names I have on the prayer list, you can add the names you would like to add to our list as well. Those we say aloud. And there are also, of course, those names that we say in our own hearts, in our prayers. Oh God, in our hearts, we name those who are facing illness and pain, and we join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. And this evening, we read the names of Rita Bass, Shirley Berger, Tara Berkowitz, Louise Arbins, Charles Bonat, Kirsten Bravo, Chuck Bischoff, Z. Bischoff, Rona Bluestein, Frank Burla, Richard Carberry, Peter Donovic, Monica Fernandez, Stephen Friedman, Carol Gage, Opel Goodman, Alana Gordon, Stephen Grabstein, Andrea Hankey, Edna Hooper, Jeff Korn, Alan Krupachinski, Richard Krashansky, Joyce Perry, Deborah Pomeroy, Barry Schifrin, Gail Sizak, Connor Stanton, George Turner, Marilyn Turner, Don Vanderbrook, Colin Wade, Kevin Warner, Rhonda Waxman, Al Weiner, Judith Weiss, Elena Witter, Noah Wolkowitz, Brian Zabel, and Leah Bat Shmuel David Miriam. Other names to add to the prayer list?
Marie Basili and Mary Jo Bayer.
Mickey Goodman.
Michael Solid.
Robin Shogla.
Kathleen Stevenson and Linda Solomons.
Give them renewed comfort and courage and strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within them. Guide the hands and hearts of those entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give them added hope and to them and to their dear ones. And may they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked with theirs. Baruch atah Adonai Rapha Echolim, we praise you, God, the source of healing and health. Mishe Beirach Avotenu Mikor Avotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. Let us say Amen. Renewal of spirit, and let us say
Amen.
Just play Debbie Friedman on this. Let's say this.
I was working on a lot of different things for this Shabbat, and I had something fairly much worked out last night. And then I was on the computer this morning, and my friend and colleague, Rabbi Amy R. Perlin, who retired and is no longer in a pulpit, has taken upon herself and written the most beautiful things each day for the last few weeks. So what she wrote today is called Comfort in Continuity, and she gave permission to several of us to share it with our congregations this Shabbat. So I hope that you will find it meaningful as well. Nothing is normal now. Parents are teachers, and teachers are home. Some are able to work remotely, and for others, the possibility of work is remote. Human touch and contact are discouraged, even as human yearning for connection fuels the courage of the distanced. And those who are essential sacrifice their lives to save lives, as we redefine priorities and prioritize that which is a necessity. And so I opened to this week's Torah portion to prepare for Shabbat Shmini, as I've done for decades, and I find that it is still there. Moses and Aaron, sacrifices both animal and human. Once again, I struggle to find meaning in the death of Aaron's sons, even as I embrace Aaron's silence. The weekly order of Torah continues, immutable in a plague and pandemic. Here in Leviticus, the biblical saga continues to unfold. It doesn't stop because we have stopped. And that is a comfort to me now. Now, rather than struggle to find meaning in the words, as I have for what feels like an eternity, I find solace in the fact that they are still here for me to struggle with, and that the weekly portion we all share is still there for us to share. We may be socially distant, from the Torah scroll itself, unable to kiss or touch it in person. But the words are there on the page before us, eternal, enduring, everlasting. And I find comfort in the ceaseless cycle of readings. They give order to the current chaos in my life and the structure and direction as I drift from day to day. This week in our Haftorah from 2 Samuel, King David dances before the Holy Ark as he brings it to Jerusalem. We can feel the mixture of his holy joy as a Jew and the sting of the criticism he faces as leader of the Israelites. And I realize that I don't have to find a message in the words. At this time, their existence is a haven. And their coming this week, reliable and unfailing, is all I need right now. I find comfort in the continuity of Leviticus on this spring Shabbat, as the trees begin to bud green and the daffodils break through the still, chill earth and even stay alive under the snow. Vayikra, Tzav, Shmini, and next week the big two, Tazria Mitzora, filled with its assorted diseases, will most certainly follow. I find comfort in the continuity as Shabbat is coming, and right now, that is enough. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to continue with the Aleinu in just a moment. You can rise if you are able, or else you can do the prayer sitting down. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liyotzer breshit. Shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama. Shelo samachalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please be seated. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Together, rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu. Vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. Tonight, we read the names of the following people who died during the past month from our congregation and our families. Gail Grennis Farman, daughter of Michael and Polly Grennis, wife of Peter, mother of Emma and Katie, sister of Peter and Tina Grennis. Earl Gordon, husband of Alana Ethel Gordon, father of Lawrence, Benjamin, Jonas, Naxon, and Sherry, father-in-law of Cynthia, Jackie, Marie, and Carl, brother-in-law of Barbara Rosenberg and Mickey Gordon, and Robert Shapiro, father of Jared, Julie, Brad, David, and Stephanie, husband of Freda, grandfather of Avi and Jonathan. We also read the names of the following people whose yard sites occur at this time. Please rise when I read the name of your loved one. Lucille Atkins, Arlene Bengelsdorf, Benjamin Cohen, Ethel Sass Crystal, George Crystal, Isabel M. Deutsch, Herbert Engel, Aileen Hoblitz, Norbert Hirschfield, Samuel Casper, Jean Kruger, Louis Lenner, Eleanor Stern Putzel, Julius Roseman, William Rosen, Herb Samuels, Stephen Schneider, Rose Singer, Morris Smith, Austin Tashma, Kenneth Unger, Robin Weidel, Dr. Joseph Zager, Adolf Zinner. We all rise as together we recite the words of the Mourner's Cottage. Yit Kadal V'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. We can unmute so we can hear each other's voices. Okay, we're going to start again so we can all hear one another. Yit Kadal V'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Shemei Rabbah Le'olam Amaya Yit Shtabar Arba Mani Aseh Yit Hajar Yit Halel Yit Halam Shmei Kusha Le'ela Min Birchata V'Shirata Tishvachata V'Nechemata Amiram Amen. Hosei Shalom Rabba Shemayim Imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'Rama Shalom Imru Amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say,
Amen.
Be seated. I thought also tell you about a few of the things that are up and coming. So tomorrow morning, Torah study is at 9:15 on Zoom. Tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, I'll be sharing a story, and then we'll be making Havdalah together in the evening. On Monday, it's Yom HaShoah. And so I will be gathering together with other clergy and other Jewish community leaders at the Holocaust Memorial Sculpture outside of Temple Israel. And you can all tune in and be with us through the Binghamton Hillel Facebook page. So we will be doing Facebook Live so that you can share with us for the Holocaust Memorial. We thought it was important for Yom HaShoah that a small group of us did come together. We will be lighting 6 candles there. We were unable to get the yellow candles out to everyone this year. So if you don't have one from another year, we have them for next year, and we will be sure to get them out so that everyone can light on their own, but we will be lighting there. So I hope that you will join us for this ceremony, probably about a half hour in length, maybe approximately that length. So please join us then. Sisterhood has their article-based discussion following that on Zoom, and then Chai Mitzvah is on Wednesday afternoon as well. we are looking for some help for Zoom hosts to assist in programs. So as Rachel has been doing every Shabbat since we started this, she has been getting us up on Facebook, muting and unmuting and all those kinds of things. So it would be great to have some other people to be able to assist with that. So if it's something that you think you could assist with and you could learn, Rachel's gonna do some sessions to help you to know how to do it so that you can do that as well. And that will allow her to actually be at a service to pray and not to be working it per se. So I hope we will be able to offer that for her pretty soon. Starting next week on Tuesday morning at 10:30 and again on Thursday at 3, I'm offering 2 times called Tea with Rabbi B. And I will give Dennis credit for calling me Rabbi B when you set up my first router, I think. Another Rabbi Berkowitz did it too. And I said, oh, I've got to do this one, a Tea with Rabbi B. I mean, you all know my teacups, which I've often left all kinds of places at the temple and had to retrieve them. But come and bring your own beverage of choice and we can talk, we can schmooze, just an informal time together. No content programming, none of that, but just a time to get together because we don't have those times through being in our homes on our own. So I hope if you are interested, you will join me for either time, and it's all in the happenings that you received. So hopefully you'll follow all the other information there as well. So Olam Chesed Yibaneh, I think we'll start with the Hebrew, the melody. I think I've taught it enough times that many of you do know it to remember that if all the things we do are out of love, then that's what really makes the difference in how we can sustain ourselves through all of the different things that we may be coping with, handling, whatever the future will bring, and how we can be in the moment and the current time together with one another. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai. I will build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai. And you must build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai, then God will build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh, 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 yadadai, yadadai. We're going to make motzi together, which is why Maya has been staying around and thinking, you did candles, you did Kiddush, I know what comes next. Where's the challah? So I'll put it down more so you can see it. And I don't go through a lot of challah here, so you're going to see a whole challah tonight. After this, you will see a few slices of it each week because one challah lasts me a long time. Make motzi with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. we have a blessing on the next page, and then we are going to do our modified Oneg Shabbat, and that is that we will be breaking you into groups of like 3 or 4 different of you into a group to have a little bit of time to talk. And some people suggested after this week, maybe next week, we'll actually do like 5 minutes with one group, then we'll switch and have people in different groups, and then we'll come back together. But we will come back together after we've had the opportunity to talk in smaller groups. Baruch atah b'voecha, u'baruch atah b'tzeitecha. Blessed are you when you came here, and blessed may you be upon your leaving this holy place. Shabbat shalom. We can unmute everybody, and then we're going to be putting everyone into smaller groups, and then come back with us afterwards. We join back together in one group in a little while, 5-6 minutes, something like that, in separate groups.
Okay.
You'll be asked to, if you want to join a group in a moment, you just click on that, and that will take you to the smaller group.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't want to do with the mouse.
But it's good to have everyone with us. And people said this is like the Oneg, when you talk with a few people here and a few people there, it gives us that opportunity.
Okay.
Robert?
Yeah.
So, okay. So just click on join, and then you can join the group you've been.
Click at room 4, why not?
Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
Almost done, guys.
There we are. Hi, Rachel.
Hi there.
Rachel, thank you so much for all you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Where are the girls? Did they give up?
They're here. It's really hard to sort of coordinate all this and participate at the same time. I have like 10 different boxes open on my screen right now. So
Is there a way to get? Is there a way to get everybody when the PowerPoint is on? Is there a way of still seeing everybody? You're still limited, right?
Yeah. Even for me as the host, I can either see just the rabbi or I can see like a little film strip of like 3 or 4 people when the slides are up.
Now we can see you loud and clear. Hi, Howard.
What's happening, buddy? Are we in another? We're in another group now, or we're back with the whole group?
Back with everybody.
We're all back together, so be careful what you say.
I can see a couple of people signed out.
Yeah, so when last, I think it was one of the other smaller group things I was on. I think it was with Sisterhood. People thought that they'd love to see us do 2 groups. So they mix with different people. You mix with the first time, another time.
Do you want another one? I can do it.
We could do it today. Otherwise, we'll do it next week. If you're game for it, we can do it today. I don't want to tell people too much.
I don't have anything else to do tonight.
We're not going anywhere.
Is it time to fire up the snowblower yet?
We discussed that.
It's not sticking to the ground.
And Mason took his apart. We can't have to do that anymore.
Picture of Temple.
I think I have about 3 inches up here by the observatory. At least 3 inches so far.
All right, I'm gonna see how this works to recreate the rooms with different people. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
Roll
the dice.
Not the 20, not the 30 of us who are in this call, but 30 other people.
There's only 36 of us.